What MLB players really think about Mike Trout. It's a rare thing for a pitcher to show hitters their proper respect. After all, outside of a ring or octagon, it's the ultimate showdown. Either the pitcher makes the batter whiff, hit into an out, or get burned. And on the other side, it's been said that hitting a big league baseball is the single hardest thing in sports. That breeds some dislike between the two positions. So when Yankees ace Garrett Cole said that Mike Trout is one of the best hitters he's ever faced, that's saying something. How did this Jersey boy become one of the finest baseball players of his generation? Born in the southern half of the Garden State, few could have predicted what Trout would become. You see, baseball was in Trout's genes. His father, Jeff Trout, played second baseman and was drafted by the Minnesota Twins. Though his career was cut short by injuries, Jeff had two sons to try and carry on his legacy on the diamond. And it didn't take long for Mike to show just how special he was. While at Millville High School, it was apparent that Trout was a cut above the rest. Playing as a pitcher and a shortstop, he even threw a perfect game. Trout would go on to break the home run record for any high school ball player in New Jersey. Roy Hollenbeck, Trout's coach at Millville High School, said that Mike made varsity all 4 years. As a freshman, the young ball player was the fastest kid he ever coached. Trout impressed Roy so much that he told his dad that his son belonged on just about any college roster. His coach wasn't the only one young Mike impressed. Kobe Perez, a scout for the St. Louis Cardinals, was following a high school pitcher at that time. The pitcher he was scouting went to Millville to play Trout's team. It was a dominant performance. The kid struck out 12 and only allowed 3 hits. All 3 hits were straight-up rockets hit by, drumroll please, Mike Trout. Kobe was so impressed he approached Trout's parents and gave them his card. The scout was interested in recruiting the kid there and then. If you want an idea of the impact he made on the school, their baseball field is now called Mike Trout Field. Jim Quinn, former mayor of Millville, said that he was eating lunch at the Denver International Airport one day. A nearby couple from Minnesota asked him where he was from. Quinn responded that he was from Millville. The couple asked Quinn if that was where Mike Trout was from. Trout put the small Jersey town on the map. Next up for Trout was a travel league team, the Tri-State Arsenal. He joined the team when he was 14, but didn't focus on it until his high school years. While there, one coach commented, "I'm watching a future major league star right now." Joe Barth, the founder of the Arsenal, was similarly impressed by young Trout. Barth always thought Trout was great and had all the potential in the world. But it wasn't until one inning in one game when he saw the phenom catch 3 balls that, in Barth's words, were uncatchable. He realized what he had on his hands. It was as clear as day to Barth, or anyone else with eyes, that Trouty was beyond special. The Los Angeles Angels took notice of the 17-year-old. Eddie Bain, the Angels' scout director, said that his scouts were mentioning Trout in the same sentence as baseball legend Mickey Mantle. Needless to say, they knew special when they saw it and were eager to lock him down. Mike Trout was chosen 25th in the 2009 MLB draft by who else? The Angels. Right out of high school, Trout entered the team's minor league system. His pro career started in the Arizona League. It was a league meant for newcomers, rookies to find their footing. Only one player finished ahead of him for the league's MVP for the 2009 season. That same year, Trout was promoted to the Cedar Rapids Colonels, a Class A Midwest league. Like everywhere else he's gone in his career, he played well. In 2010, he earned a spot on the All-Star Futures team before getting another promotion. This time, he headed to California to play for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. That year, he won the Topps Minor League Player of the Year award, and he ended the year as ESPN analyst Keith Law's #1 prospect. After starting the year with the Arkansas Travelers, in July 2011, Trout was called up to play in The Show. It was tough going during his stint in the majors, but he excelled that year in the minor leagues, leading to another call-up in 2012. That would be the year he made his mark. 2012 saw Trout take the league by storm. This was when this dude racked up the first of many awards to come. Not only was he named the 2012 Rookie of the Year, but he also won the Silver Slugger, Hard and Hustle, and Fielding Bible Awards. Mike Trout's year was so good that he was even a top candidate to win the AL MVP. Remember, he was a 20-year-old rookie. That was just the start. Now only 31, Trout has a .302 batting average, 1,586 hits, 358 home runs, and 916 RBIs. If those numbers don't make your jaw drop, check out all of his accolades. Putting aside his Rookie of the Year award, Trout has won AL MVP 3 times, Angels Player of the Year 9 times, 2 Hank Aaron Awards, an ESPY, 9 All-Star Game selections, 2 All-Star Game MVPs, Player's Choice Player of the Year, and he's only won the outfielder Silver Slugger 8 times. That's treading on GOAT territory, and that's not just me flirting with that label. San Francisco Giants manager Gabe Kaplan has called Trout the greatest player of all time. It's hard to argue when you look at his career so far. That's the key part, too. He's still pretty young, and there's a lot of road ahead of him. But what do his teammates think about playing with Trout? Angels relief pitcher David Hernandez said being able to watch him every day is special. Hernandez had never played with someone at Trout's level and caliber. Jokingly, he admitted that going up against his teammate in practice was never, ever fun. Former Angels outfielder Ben Revere straight up said Mike Trout is scary. That is, if you're a pitcher. He went on to compliment his teammate on how kind and humble Trout is. Ricky Nolasco compared Trout to another great baseball player, Miguel Cabrera. Nolasco said they're both so fun to be around and play with. He said he makes teammates feel like little kids playing a grown man's game, and that he's such a positive influence on the dugout. Cameron Maben confirmed that everything you see in Trout's highlights are what you see in person. Perhaps the biggest compliment from players who have played alongside Trout was also from Ben Revere. He observed that Mike Trout made the game of baseball look easy. It's not just Trout's teammates that have poured praise on him. Everyone from the baseball world is similarly impressed. Legend Ken Griffey Jr. said Mike Trout is someone you pay to go watch, and that he's one of those guys that will change how the game is played. ESPN analyst Jessica Mendoza called Trout the most consistent player in the game right now on every level. Manager Tony La Russa said on a radio interview that Mike Trout plays the whole game and in the way you're supposed to play it. Mike Trout is a living legend, there's no denying it. If you doubt it, look at his rise from high school prospect, who overcame the biases of playing on the East Coast, to him being scouted while still in high school. If you doubt it, look at the fact he was drafted at a time when most of us are going into our freshman year of college. Then go over all he did in the minor leagues, playing like a man among boys, and if you still need convincing, his MLB career speaks for itself. Lastly, listen to his peers and you'll know what MLB players really think about Mike Trout.